What up, Dokkaners? JP Dokkan received top grossing for the Part 2 Carnival Summons. They received 30 Dragon Stones. They received some box space. They got some Hercule statues. They got some Kais. They got some orbs. And they got some stickers. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the global side. Will global receive top grossing? If so, how much will it be? And when will it take place? Also, spoiler alert, I have to sneeze. So at some point during this video, I might... Oh, I thought I had it. Okay. Anyway, I still might sneeze. Anyway, let's start the video as always by recommending that you guys check out this post by our very own Proton. If you guys want to know how top grossing works, how it's calculated, I highly recommend you guys read this. My goal in life is to make it so that I never have to make this video ever again, because I literally make the same video every few weeks covering the same question. Will we get top grossing? I recommend this. I explain to you the answer. People still ask me questions, and then I reference this video. People still ask me questions. The goal is for you guys to never ask me this ever again. So please consider reading this. If you do, you will understand how top grossing works, and you will never have to wonder ever again. It is a little bit of a lengthy read, but it's worth it, because you will never, ever, ever have to be at the mercy of me. You don't have to be like, hey, Toon, when is it? I need to know. I need to know. You will already know. So let's talk about TLDR here. For JP top grossing, how does it happen so fast? It's because, I think it's because of how competitive the gacha marketplace is over there, the apps, the innovations, that the marketplace is just always booming. There's always a number one every second. So as long as Dokkan hits number one at some point during the day, that is the mark of top grossing for JP, which is why they're able to get it so fast. And apparently this top grossing was even faster than the Vegito top grossing for part one, which is kind of crazy because Vegito is way more box office than Trunks and Gohan put together. That's just how it is. Vegito, Gogeta, the fusions, they are big time. So the fact that this beat that, I don't really know why. So I'm hoping maybe Proton might shed some light on potentially why, but that's just nuts. So I mean, I guess that bodes well for Dokkan, right? So this hit top grossing for JP. Will global get it? Yes. When will we get it? In a couple of days. Why in a couple of days? Because for global, when it comes to top grossing, each region individually has to have a 24-hour window to actually go through the full tabulation cycle. If that doesn't happen, they can't calculate who hits number one at the end of the clock, at the buzzer horn. When it sounds, whoever's number one, they win. So if a country or a region is number two in Dokkan all the way until the final second, and they creep into number one, they get top grossing. Or vice versa, if they're number one and they drop to number two for even a second at the end, it's over. So that's why global typically takes longer, because we got more regions to deal with on the entire planet, and each one needs a 24-hour tabulation period. Now, if we look at the charts here, for Android, typically Android doesn't really do well because there's just so much more happening there. But this is what the scene looked like for Android for global. France was number one on the day before the Part 2 banner released. On the 15th, we've now had a full day for this. It looks like France and Luxembourg hit number one. Oh, we have three number ones. Where's the other number one? Down here, Norway. Okay. This isn't going to mean anything because normally you want to be getting number one overall. So Android getting number one really just isn't a thing. But that is fascinating. Norway hit number one on the Android side. So shout out Norway. We got the two MVPs right here, but that's very surprising. Okay, and then for the 16th, I mean, the 16th is still underway. This doesn't really matter, but I'm sure a lot more regions. Yep, we got some number ones and number twos here. So, I mean, it shows. The Dokkan impact shows even on the Android side. But more importantly, the iOS side, this is where we see the most amount of action. So this is the day before the Part 2 banner released. There are no number ones, no countries hitting number one. There are a couple that are between 2 and 5, but there's nothing, all reds, right? If we go to the next day, what do we get? We got 19 countries hitting number one in games and puzzle, 16 in games and action, 10 in games, 3 in all categories. France, Hong Kong, Macau. I'm very surprised Luxembourg is not up there. But with these three, does that equal 30 Dragon Stones? Normally it doesn't, because every region hitting number one on global means 7 times the regions. So it would be 7 times 3, which means 21. But lately, they have been rounding up quite significantly to make sure that the payout is the same. So, for example, during the 8-year anniversary, we had, I think, like 7 regions hit number one. So that's 9 times, or no, it was 9 regions that hit number one. So 9 times 7 was 63. But global ended up receiving 100 Dragon Stones. Now, the reason for that was primarily because of the fact that we also had this like Android Apple thank you gratitude reward thing on JP, where they got 100 stones, that was after they first got 30 stones. For global, what they did is they mixed it up, and they had the 100 stone payout happen with the top grossing, and then they gave a thank you reward afterwards, which gave 30. So this time around, we only have one top grossing reward to deal with. So they probably won't do something like that, unless of course we do get some sort of surprise reward after or before global gets it, which I doubt. I don't think it's going to happen because, I mean, we're still in the middle of the celebration. There's still a part 3, and if anything, we'd probably have to wait until the end. So I think global will at most get around 30, maybe 28, maybe 35. It'll be somewhere in this ballpark. And actually, if we look at the second, we just look at games, 1, 2, yeah, we got 10. That's 70 stones. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give us 70. It's going to be rounding up from 3 to 30 stones. 3 times 7 is 21, 30. There you go. That's pretty much it. When can we expect this? I am posting this video on the 16th of September, which is a full day after the banner's release, after the summons have happened. So I'm going to guess probably 17th or 18th. 18th is probably the safest bet. If you can't wait, I don't know, set your goal to the 19th. That way you'll be surprised that it happens earlier. That's it. It's the same stuff that I mentioned in every single video, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully, this will keep your minds at ease. In terms of a secondary payout, expect something maybe in part 3, but don't expect anything else in part 2. So hopefully, with your expectations very, very low, you will not be disappointed. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, how many stones do you expect Global to receive for top grossing? Will it be the same? Will it be a little bit less than JP? And do you expect we're going to be receiving some sort of crazy thank you reward bonus at the end of part 2 or perhaps part 3? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you're going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.